Hello, I'm the FanFic Critic. I read it, you listen. You want to know something? I want to say something to all you guys before I start this episode. I want to thank all my viewers and all my subscribers and all my friends, for watching this show and showing your support. I really do appreciate it. I mean, when I first uploaded the first episode on YouTube, or, the huge batch of uploads I did, I wasn't really expecting that people would like this show. I was guessing if I did get comments, it'd be like, oh my god, you suck, da 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 da, or getting, hammered with a bunch of angry people from fanfiction.net furious because I tore apart their story, but surprisingly that didn't happen. And, it feels like I've been on YouTube forever. I mean, that's how you guys make me feel. It's great. I mean, for those who don't know, I started off on MySpace. First episode aired in June of last year, and I had a huge break in between episodes because no one was really watching it, but you know what, I decided, you want to know what, I filmed all these episodes, I might as well continue, because I noticed I did have some viewers, but no one really left any comments. I think only a couple episodes actually have real comments. But my friend Kayla, who, she's on MySpace, and she's also one of my friends on YouTube, she encouraged me to bring my show on this site, and I'm glad I did. I really am glad, and I just want to thank you all for your support. I really do appreciate it. Okay, done with being all sentimental boo-hoo. Yeah. You guys want to watch this show for a reason. You want me to critique a fanfic. Well, today I'm going to be reviewing another Sailor Moon fanfic. And trust me, don't let Sailor Moon drive you away. You're probably wondering my opinion of the story is. Well, you know what? You'll find out in the end. Okay, the story is called Broken by Da Games Elite. This story is rated T. It's in English. It's a tragedy. The characters are Usagi T, Serena, Bunny, Sailor Moon. Okay, just to let you guys know, for those who don't know about Sailor Moon, all these names here are the same person. Usagi is the Japanese name for the character. Serena is the American name. Bunny is the manga, aka comic, name for the character. And Sailor Moon is the alter ego. Okay, the story has one review. Let's get started. Broken. Blood ran freely over the ground, forming a pool that floated eerily on the pale surface of the moon. Scarlet drifted above the thin moon atmosphere, hanging in space, suspended by nothing. Lying on the ground, a single figure knelt, tears streaming down her cheeks, droplets dripping off the bridge of her nose. Blood peppered her cheeks, but she did nothing to brush it aside or clean herself. Rather, she simply knelt, blood steadily gushing over her gloved hands, as she stared into the lifeless eyes of the princess of the planet Mercury. It wasn't possible. It had just been so sudden. There had been a flash of light, and there, wielding a grand sword, was the General Zoisite. Mercury had tried to defend her. She had spread a thick mist. It hadn't helped. The sword had still found its mark, embedding itself straight into her chest cavity. She had watched her guardian, her comrade, her friend, fall to the ground, dead. Had it not been for the other princesses, Zoisite would have ended her life as well. Thankfully, he had been warded off, leading them to attack the foreign forces of the moon. As the broken princess sobbed over her comrade, she watched as the other three rushed off into the fray. Clouds of flames, gigantic bolts of lightning, and jets of energy soared straight through enemy lines. She wished she could help. She wished she could do something, anything, to save them. She was so powerless, so very useless. She lacked any sort of ability, anything she could do to help them. She would just get in their way, or worse, distract them long enough for an enemy to kill her. Princess Serenity! The princess didn't respond to the sound of her own name at first. She was too busy stroking Mercury's cold, lifeless cheek. It was only when a firm hand grabbed her by the forearm did her gaze jerk upward into the gaze of the Earth Prince's eyes, Endymion. Endymion, the Prince of Earth. How she had longed to be his, in his arms, in his embrace. But the Earthling's own jealousy spewed by the damn barrel had ended up ruining it all for them. Ruining everything. Now everything was horrid, foul, putrid, and above all, pointless. We have to move, Serenity. Endymion dragged the princess to her feet. She knew Endymion was right. Standing still was all but pointless, but so was resisting. She couldn't do anything more than to get in the way, and here her lover wished for her to be safe. She understand. Oh, they forgot an S for understand. It just says understand the importance, but it should say understands. Let's read it correctly. She understands the importance of it all, and knew, despite the chains of sorrow binding her to the floor, she had to obey, to concede to Endymion's will. She rose to her feet, staring into Endymion's placid eyes. Even with the carnage littering the cratered surface, he was beautiful. Perfection embodied, a beautiful face, and luscious eyes. Eyes that could see deep into her heart and know what to say and how to say it. My God. Mercury. Prince Endymion went down on a single knee, and brushed the fallen princess's bangs from her face. Damn them. She tried to save me, Serenity mumbled. Tears still flowing down her cheeks. Yes, I know, Endymion mumbled. My soldiers aren't themselves. Something is wrong. It's that witch, Beryl. She's been rallying support on Earth, manipulating my people. I know, Serenity mumbled. Okay, they use mumbled way too much. Weakly. She didn't really feel like talking all too much. The only way to stop them is to cut them all down. Endymion rushed off into the fray, shouting at Serenity to follow. Serenity sprinted after him. If it meant leaving behind Mercury, not to see her dead corpse, so cold and vacant where life used to be, then so be it. So be it that she didn't have to watch her comrades hurt and fight, so long as she didn't need to see them die in front of her eyes again. The soldiers rushed at Endymion, at which he sprang to life. He rushed into the fray, his sword a mere comet in the darkness of war. With a single swing, 3 soldiers were cut down, blood streaming from their chests. A soldier charged him, at which he slammed his heel into the trooper's forehead, breaking the skull on contact. Endymion's sword glinted off the earthlight as he cleaved straight through his own men. His expression was like that of a demon, full of vehemence. Probably a word I'm not familiar with. Let's continue. A soldier stabbed at him with his spear, only for him to be danced out of the way. The spear plunged straight through one of the soldier's comrades, but before the soldier they should have reacted, not react. Endymion had severed his arms before chopping off his head. Serenity could only stare at the brutality as soldier after soldier was cut down, their blood levitating in the weak gravity of the moon. Was this the only way? Was the only way to stop the violence was to commit acts of violence?